Hi, welcome to the 40th video on my YouTube channel, Professor R.J. Placone on Communication Excellence. Today we're going to talk about Donald Trump and a couple recent reversals and what it could all mean. So we're going to talk about tariffs and we're going to talk about the Epstein files. First of all, tariffs. As we all know, Donald Trump's been in love with tariffs. He considers tariff to be one of the most beautiful words in the English language. He's imposed a lot of tariffs. He has changed percentages often, and he's recently pulled back tariffs on beef, coffee, tea, numerous fruits, and other consumer goods. He did that in response, as he said, prices are up a bit. Yes, they are. And we know affordability has been a huge issue. So he's grudgingly acknowledged that the tariffs may be playing a role in higher prices. What will this mean in terms of how he's perceived? I don't think it matters that much. We tend to view leaders favorably when they change their positions based on new evidence, when they demonstrate some flexibility. They're a little bit nimble, not so dogmatic and rigid, and they can move a bit. I don't think there's much new evidence regarding tariffs outside of their impacting prices in many cases. Most economists predicted this. I can remember my brother was a Ronald Reagan appointee to the International Trade Commission. I had many conversations with him about tariffs. He thought tariffs were a good idea in very select instances, but by and large, they were essentially a regressive tax, much like a sales tax. Somebody has to pay for the tariff, and it's usually the consumer. And it disproportionately affects lower income levels because they're now paying a higher percentage of their income for that good. So, because of that, most economists are not wild about tariffs. So, we're seeing some of that played out. Play out. Now, the good news is Trump is taking some action and willing to shelve some of the tariffs in some instances. We tend to view things more negatively in terms of the leader when we feel that the move is made just in self-interest, trying to save face, manipulating people in some way. I don't think that's necessarily the case here. Again, I think that the tariff issue is probably not going to affect how we perceive Trump one way or the other. There's more to come. Will prices continue to stay high? Will they start to come down? What exactly are we seeing in terms of revenue from the tariffs? Is it enough to make up for higher prices? All that remains to be seen. And I think as we get further along, people will make a stronger judgment about Trump in his use of the tariffs. Epstein's somewhat similar. As we know, Trump has tried to stop Republicans from voting for the release of the Epstein files. He's been very vocal. He has met with folks individually. Yet, in the last couple days, he's reversed that. He has said to the Republicans, hey, go ahead, vote. It's a Democratic hoax. We'll expose it. Go ahead, support the release of the files. Now, there's a good chance he was reading the room. He knew he didn't have the votes to stop the release of the files. So rather than look weak and not having control of the party, just come out and say, go ahead, vote in favor, vote to release the files. Now, he could have done that on his own. He could have had the files released on his own, but he was seeing how it would play out and he was trying to stifle. Now, what will these files show? That's just like tariffs. There's more to the story. There's more to come. It's not just a reversal because there's story that's incomplete. I'm not sure we're going to learn a whole heck of a lot from the Epstein files. My guess is that we're going to just learn what we already know. I don't think there's going to be some smoking gun or something that's going to make Bill Clinton look horrible or Donald Trump. I think there's not going to be many surprises, but I could be wrong. So, once again, when leaders do things in reverse positions, rather, we shouldn't just automatically, oh, well, that's just another flip-flop. Challenge yourself to try to get a sense of why exactly are they changing. Sometimes it's for good reasons. There is new evidence. They've learned something that they didn't know previously, and they can be flexible enough to now take a detour and go down another path. And sometimes they change for self-serving interests. They do it to manipulate, to save face, etc. I think in both of these cases, the impact on Trump at this time is going to be negligible. I don't see it as anything major, but both of these stories have more to play out. And I think we should continue to watch them closely. And when leaders do reverse, try to understand why are they doing it? Does it make sense? Or are they doing it for their own purposes in self-serving ways? Hey, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you have a great day.